Audio loudness plays a crucial role in making a voiceover sound professional. People often perceive louder audio as better quality. If two auditions are compared, the one with higher loudness usually has a better chance of being selected. By following the standard steps in audio processing, the loudness of your recording will reach an ideal level. However, in some situations, you can increase it even further without reducing the quality. Let me walk you through the process. The original audio recording is displayed on the screen. The waveform represents the sound visually, and the entire waveform is visible. If we analyze the loudness of this waveform, the highest peak level is below -9 dB, while most of the other parts of the audio are even lower. At this stage, this is not a problem. Raw recordings typically have low volume, but we can increase it during post-processing. Before making any changes, let's first listen to how it sounds.
My friends say I'm a little obsessed with optimizing, whether it's scheduling my day or planning my meals.
The first step in processing is to normalize the audio to -3 dB. Normalization ensures that the loudest part of the audio reaches a set peak level. I will use a shortcut from the Favorites menu to apply normalization. After normalizing, the waveform appears taller, which indicates an increase in volume. Let's play the audio and confirm that it now sounds louder.
My friends say I'm a little obsessed with optimizing, whether it's scheduling my day or planning my meals.
The peak loudness is now set to -3 dB, which is ideal for voiceover and audiobook narration. However, we can further enhance the listening experience by applying additional processing. To process the audio further, I will use a preset. If you are unfamiliar with presets, they are pre-configured settings that apply effects like EQ, equalization, and other adjustments to enhance the voice. I have designed presets that are optimized for specific voice types. If you have received a preset from me, remember that you must normalize the audio to -3 dB before applying the preset for the best results. Now, I will apply the preset to this voice recording. This preset contains all the necessary effects to smooth out the sound and improve clarity. Processing affects the peak level of the audio. So, after applying effects, I will normalize again to -3 dB to ensure the peak level remains at the correct value. At this point, the audio is fully processed and is ready for use. However, some recordings might require further adjustments depending on the situation. It's important to understand the difference between processing and editing. Processing improves the sound quality by applying effects such as EQ, compression, and normalization. Editing involves cleaning up the audio by removing background noise, cutting unwanted sections, or adjusting timing. Editing can be done before or after processing, depending on your workflow. In this case, let's assume the audio does not need additional editing. Now, let's listen to how it sounds after processing.
My friends say I'm a little obsessed with optimizing, whether it's scheduling my day or planning my meals. I guess I'm always looking for some kind of edge to make things a little more efficient.
Now, let's check if the audio meets the industry standards for loudness. Instead of guessing, we will use technology to measure it. I will open amplitude statistics and scan the recording. The results provide several values, but I will focus on two key metrics: peak amplitude and total RMS amplitude. In this case, the peak level is correct, and the RMS amplitude is also within the ACX standards. According to ACX, used for audiobooks, the RMS should be between -18 dB and -23 dB. A beginner might assume that this means the audio is perfect. However, an expert knows how to improve it further. By analyzing the waveform, I can see that most of the audio stays below -9 dB, and only a few peaks go above -6 dB. This suggests that we can safely increase the overall loudness while staying within the ACX limits. Currently, the RMS is -21 dB, meaning we can increase it by 1 or 2 dB while remaining within the required range. To increase the loudness further, I will use a hard limiter effect. It is important to note that the hard limiter must be used carefully. If applied incorrectly, it can negatively affect the sound by removing too much of the natural dynamic range. I will start with the default preset and make adjustments. The most important setting here is the maximum amplitude. The hard limiter ensures that the audio does not exceed a certain peak level. I will set this limit to -5 dB, meaning that any part of the audio louder than -5 dB will be reduced to that level. Since only a few peaks in this recording exceed -5 dB, this adjustment will have a minimal impact on the natural tone of the audio. I could have chosen -6 dB or -7 dB, but sometimes, finding the best setting requires trial and error. For now, let's apply -5 dB and see how it affects the audio. After applying the hard limiter, the change in the waveform might not look significant. However, it has made an important impact. Since the peak level has changed, I will normalize the audio back to -3 dB one more time. Now, the waveform appears taller, meaning the overall loudness has increased. Let's check the updated amplitude statistics to confirm the results. Previously, the RMS was -21.09 dB. Now, after using the hard limiter and normalizing again, the RMS has increased to -19.12 dB, while the peak remains at -3 dB. This means the additional processing has successfully increased the overall loudness without affecting the audio quality. Now, we need to listen to the processed audio to ensure the quality remains intact.
My friends say I'm a little obsessed with optimizing. Whether it's scheduling my day or planning my meals, I guess I'm always looking for some kind of edge to make things a little more efficient. I teach guitar on the weekends, and I'm always talking to my students about wasted movement, to think about every strum and note. I'm the same way at work. It's actually...
After listening, I can confirm that the sound quality is just as good as before, but the loudness has improved. This proves that properly configuring the hard limiter can help increase loudness while maintaining quality. However, not every recording needs a hard limiter. While it is useful in some cases, you must know when and how to use it effectively. Try this process on your own recordings. By practicing, you will understand how each step affects the loudness and overall quality of your audio. If you want to learn more about audio editing and improve your skills, you can enroll in the Adobe Audition bundle. This bundle includes a full course on Adobe Audition, pre-built presets to enhance your voice, and a customized EQ tailored to your unique voice. The bundle is available at a discounted price and is a great way to master audio editing. For more advanced techniques on EQ and compression, you can check out the Advanced EQ and Compression course. With the right knowledge and tools, you can unlock the full potential of your recordings. All the links are in the description and the pinned comment.